Hi guys, I'm Dazzle, this is Choppy, he's currently eating my finger, and today we're going to talk about giant African land snails. Just like him. Ah, my finger is disappearing. So what happened? I took a selfie with all my snails, including Choppy, he's the biggest one. And I posted it in some Facebook groups with people who love snails. And then it kind of went viral because a lot of people thought it was really cool and shared it in more Facebook groups, and within 2 days it reached over 10k people, and then my social media kind of exploded. So I decided to make a Facebook page called Queen of Snails, and yeah, I just love doing that. And I got so many great reactions, and I even got contacted by a tattoo artist who drew a picture of me and my snails, and I'm going to get that design tattooed because it's so beautiful and I love it, and I feel so honored that so many people are so supportive about my hobby and my pets. And yeah, I'm still it's now 2 weeks ago, I think, since I took that selfie, and well, I got so many great responses, and Choppy is now trying to eat my other finger. He's not really eating it, he just likes to nibble on my fingers and then continue to the other one. Because I think that's his favorite hobby. So last week I made a post about Choppy again, of course. And there I asked if you have had any questions about snails, because I wanted to make a video. Well, it wasn't really my idea. I got several people asking me to do it, so I was like, yeah, why not? Pretty cool, right? And now I have some questions to answer. Oh, by the way, you probably noticed my accent. Wow, that went a bit too fast. And my accent is because I am Dutch, and so is Choppy now. Although he's a giant African land snail, I think he's Dutch. Yeah, so let's go to the questions. Well, I went to a pet store to buy food for my other snails, and Choppy is stealing the show. And there I saw this little baby snail. Well, little, he was at least 12 centimeter, which is 5 inches, I think. And I just fell in love with him. I needed to have them, and he was actually there with my now other snail, Chippy. But I was like, yeah, one is enough for now. So I took him home, and it was really an impulse buy thingy. And yeah, it was love at first sight. But he was actually really shy back then, and I had the feeling he was even kind of depressed. So I went back to the pet store and got his buddy as well, and that was my best decision ever, because as soon as I got Chippy home, Choppy wasn't shy anymore. They just cuddled and, well, did other things and ate together, and yeah, then I had 2 really happy snails. But that's only 2 snails. So how did I get to 10? Well, 1 year later I went back to the pet store again, and I actually wanted to surprise my boyfriend with 2 snails just for him. And well, I know the owner of the pet store, and he was like, oh, you want more snails? Well, you can get 8 for the price of 2, and snails are kind of expensive, so I was like, yes please. And that's how I got 10 snails in total. And well, my boyfriend and I are both taking care of them, so they are our snails now. But unfortunately 2 of the babies died last year because they weren't growing well and their health was a bit of a problem. And so I was left with 8 snails, and yeah, that was kind of sad because I love my pets very much. I have no idea what Choppy is doing now. I mean, just he's stealing the show again. So I was left with 8 snails, And in the beginning of this year I had the chance to get 2 more snails, not related to Chippy, Choppy or their babies. So I got them, and now I have 10 more snails. And the new babies are also visible on the pictures I took. They are the dark ones on my face. But they are too small to join the other snails yet. So because if I put them together in their enclosure now, they will get crushed because their shell is way too small now. But they are another breed, so eventually they will be bigger than this one. So that's the story how I got snails and how I still have them. Well, they are a very long Latin name that I can't pronounce, so let's call them big snails or giant African land snails. And as I just told you, there are several types of giant African land snails, and they're just really big. And yeah, that's all I have to say about it now. Well, almost everything that's fruit or vegetables, and they just demolish it. And it's actually it's quite nice because all the leftovers I have, I just give it to them, and that's how we have minimum waste. Well, they live here. That's actually the baby's house for now, because they are so small. And well, there are 7 snails now inside of here, and they usually wake up in the evening, so yeah, not much to see. They're all asleep except for Choppy. Oh, I love this boy so much. Well, she is actually pregnant and carrying some eggs. The eggs are inside the shell, and sometimes when she moves there's a little opening hole on the side, and I can actually see the eggs. I'm not showing it now because it's quite uncomfortable for her if I do that. But I'm probably getting a lot of snail babies, and I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah. So Choppy is going to be a mommy again, and I'm a proud snail mom. Well, Choppy is the biggest, and she is 25 centimeters, which is 10 inches. And that's her body if she's all stretched out. I'm not sure how big her shell is now. Let's see, I can't measure it now, I think. No. I'll post it sometime. So that's really big, and I'm just putting her a bit closer because it's all her show and we all want to see the big snails. Say hi. Yes, it is, but my skin is naturally just terrible, so yeah, I kind of need the snails. But our skin is not good for their skin because our skin is quite salty. It's usually covered in chemicals and still dirt from outside, so that can actually harm their skin and they can get sick from it. So before I touch them, I wash my hands in water for a couple of minutes to make sure I'm as clean as possible for them. And yeah, that's all I can say about that. You can actually buy snail cream for your face and skin, but as far as I know they kill the snails before they can make the cream, so I'm not really supportive of that. And I really don't know what Choppy is doing, but she's happy. I think. Don't buy snail cream, you're killing me. Yes, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it because for me it would be like eating my cat, and That's just sad. I couldn't eat one of my pets. I also have rabbits, which was one of the other questions. Do you have other pets? Well, I have rabbits, I have a cat and 2 rats, but no, I wouldn't eat them. Oh, this is funny, because now he's drawing my attention because he wants to sit on my face or on my neck. So let's see how that goes. Just keep her close. I'm not good with pronouns, so it's her, he, she, they, them. I think Choppy is fine with everything. Okay, let me just put her in my neck because that's easier. Now she will probably just climb up. And this is how I spend my days. Cuddling with snails. Yes, they do. Choppy, for example, is the most social snail I've ever met. As you can see, she just loves to sit on me, which sounds weird, but she just loves to sit on my oh, she got scared of my hair. On my chest, on my arms, on my face. I'm fine with everything. And whenever I open their enclosure, she just comes to me and tries to sit on my hands. She just actually comes to me without me forcing her to touch it. Well, Chippy, for example, he just hates to get touched. The only thing when he likes it, only time when he likes it is when they are getting a shower and I just have to move him there. Then he's like, okay, I can do this. But like something like this, he would hate it. He would go back into his shell and not come out anymore. So the only times I touch him is whenever I want to take a picture, which is not that often, because usually when I take a picture it's with Choppy, because she's fine with everything. And yeah, so we have introvert and extrovert snails probably. And now Choppy is stuck, so I can just leave him. He looks so big. They look so big now. Excuse me for my pronouns. I'm more careful with them when it comes to humans than when it comes to snails. So yeah, that's all I had to say. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, one more thing. I made a deal with my father that if I get 1500 followers, 1500 likes on my Facebook page, that I can get 2 more baby snails. And yeah, let's get it to 1500 then, please. So let me know what you thought about this video. It's kind of spontaneous. I'm not a professional YouTuber, so yeah, I'm just happy with my snails. And thank you so much for all the great reactions, responses, and let me know what else you want to see from the snails, from me, from Choppy, and see you